helpless, dying breath. Hopeless, helpless, dying breath. Hopeless, helpless, dying breath. Hopeless, helpless, dying breath. Betrayed electric winds. The most important thing to me is to encourage the next drummer, never to discourage, and to always inspire. And my biggest piece of advice is to make friends, not enemies. I am far from self-made. I am not self-made. I don't preach that. I got here with help. I got here with help from my family, my friends, and Ludwig drums. That's why I'm sitting right here. So many questions, but the only answer's death. Mercy vows it's better than to take a dying breath. Drums came very naturally in my household. A lot of the household music that I grew up listening to culturally was my introduction into the sound of drums. Didn't really get into drumming until later in my teens. Simply put, Santana. I talk about it all the time, but like, it's so important to me. The bongos, the congas, the timbales, the cowbells, the shakers, the maracas, like those were things that I was fascinated with probably as a child. So I think that just stuck with me as it was something to keep me quiet. Now I can't keep myself quiet. So obviously the household music was one thing, but in school, in middle school, that's usually where you get most of your influences and inspirations from other people that are listening. So there was a lot of rap, gangster rap, West Coast gangster rap. So between Rage Against the Machine, Cypress Hill, that kind of led me into a hard rock direction. And then came System of a Down, who introduced me to some early metal stuff with something heavy. At that point, I joined the high school band and I started a small band with friends because that's what you do in the high school band. You're all playing music and stuff like that. And that was my introduction to like Megadeth, Slayer, Pantera. I mean, when you hear Slayer or Metallica, like it's kind of game over. Being in the position that I'm in, playing with Lamb of God, they were responsible for opening my eyes to now these arteries of metal and all the genres of metal, because there's so many. So there was always an inspiration that broke me out to more. I've been touring for like 17 years professionally, not even just as a drummer, merch guy, drum tech, hangout guy. I've done kind of a lot of different aspects of this industry. I was kind of prepared to jump into something, and most of my career evolved, always kind of just elevating itself. It just kept getting like, whoa, next big thing, next big thing, next big thing. And that wasn't a coincidence. It's just my drive against all the odds. You know what I mean? I wasn't raised with a ton as a kid. I had a great set of parents who it took me a while to convince them, but they supported my music journey from the very beginning for the most part. So I kept jumping from band to band to band. And with all of the time that you spend on the road, like I said about the metal community, you create friends, you create relationships. It derived from a relationship that I made with my first band, Winds of Plague. We toured with Lamb of God in the 2010 Mayhem Fest, and that was a tour that I first met them and became friends, and we were instantly best friends ever since. I didn't realize, fast forward 8 years later, that I would be given the opportunity to help them, and that's what it was. That's what friends do. That was the initial plan, was friends, helping friends, and that's what I did. When I got that phone call to help them was one thing, but the in-person conversation to actually join the band was a life-changing experience that I will not forget. As my career excelled and grew, my musicianship grew, and my understanding of the instrument grew. To be a part of Ludwig it's easy to say it's a dream come true, but it really is, because it's always been a part of me. Those first 4 Santana albums are a Ludwig. The first time I heard those records, I didn't know that at the time. Myself and Ludwig it's not just a drum company and a drummer, it is a family. I feel like I'm at a place in my career where I've been working so hard. Now this is my moment. Like, I can see who is interested in supporting me and my future. Thinking about all the little things, from the time you open a box to the time you play it. It's very special when you take a Ludwig drum out of the box, especially if you've never done it before. And I did that in the middle of trying to decide what drum company I was gonna play. And I tried a lot. You think about it, if you thought about it, I tried them. Nothing spoke to me the way that Ludwig drum spoke to me. It was such a spiritual experience. I had a moment, I had a dream, I had the option. I'm so glad that I play Ludwig. Nobody's gonna walk you through this world. Nobody's gonna prepare you for the challenges that you're going to face, but I'm here to tell you that it is possible and you can do it, and it's those relationships that keep me in a straight line.